Peace, 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 family. Peace, peace, peace. We thank the Creator for the Sabbath. For some reason this thing ain't working. Okay. Oh boy. We thank the Creator today. For some reason my music ain't working. Why my music ain't working? All right. Peace, 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 peace. We thank the Creator for you being in the building tonight. Hey, shalom, brother Trey. Shalom, shalom. Um, we have testing. Okay. Yeah, we have some things coming up. I met today with the movie producer. He gave me a homework assignment. I don't know, my music ain't working tonight. I don't know why. So y'all just got to forgive me on this. I was doing a lot of running around. I was in different meetings. When I got back to Savannah, I'm just wore out. Literally, I'm wore out. Mentally wore out. But we're going to do this tonight. I didn't have a chance to really set everything up like I wanted to. But this is only part one. Part two going to be tomorrow morning. We got the book coming out, the children's book. As soon as the publisher released the information, the link, you will be able to buy the book. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, we have a new track coming out from Brother Devontae called Read. Shalom, shalom. Sister Smith, appreciate you joining us tonight. We have a new track coming out from Brother Devontae soon called Read. That's for the young people. And it's also for older people too, because we have to learn as older people, middle age and upper age and elders, we have to learn how to read and comprehend as well. All right. And also, like I say, like I was just saying, I met with the movie producer. Today he gave me homework assignments. He's getting ready to go back overseas to finish up those shoots. He'll be back on the 13th and the 14th of January of this new year. A very humble brother, young brother. Got some real things going on, and I'm looking forward to working with him. So we pretty much is mapping everything out. So those who I pick to try these roles, you better get it together, because he already got some people he can put in there from SCAD. I'm just being honest with you. So you better be practicing if you want to be in this role. One of the independent films that he did tell me that I could go to Tubi and watch. You could go, it's all over social media. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Tubi tonight and I'm gonna watch it. It's called The Final Hours of a Suffering Artist. The Final Hours of a Suffering Artist. Okay. So if you could go and check it out as well. That's one of his independent films that he did produce. So um you can go and check it out. So I'm just letting you know I am lining everything up that I need to line up for this shoot to happen. And we have to realize that we have to realize that to realize that this is my boy Walk Alone Fearless Motivation. Y'all go look him up and check out his stuff as well. I just play him in the background while we get everything together. So we getting everything together. So while we getting ready, let me blow the shofar. Let me blow the shofar. It made me strong alone. You ever if you cry, after the tears dry, they evaporate, then you begin to rise. I don't need the attention or the recognition, and I still thrive. I made a choice to live. So we thank the Creator for everything that He has done, protected that He has. He give us the strength to be able to get up, to work, to do things for ourselves. We thank the Creator for everything that He has. Give us shelter, give us food, give us clothes on our back, give us strength in our bodies to be able to get to work. Some people wasn't able to get up. Some people lost strength in their bodies. But we thank the Creator, even if you're sick, we thank the Creator for you to be able to move, because some people are bedridden, bed bound. But we thank the Creator for His strength and His motivation. So tonight we ask the Creator to remove all kind of technical difficulties that will stop this message from coming forward, because this is an important message. It's called legacy. What is my legacy? What is my legacy? What is my legacy? What is my legacy? What is legacy? So we thank the Creator as we move forward into this lesson tonight. If you'd like to join the panel, you can. I'm gonna open the panel up in a few. If you'd like to make any kind of comments, you can come up, but make sure these on topic. Okay. So we thank the Creator. Let's move forward. Nobody gave me support, so I supported myself. I kept going, no slowing down or giving up. Now I'll be honest, I'm gonna start off with a scripture. Worthless, but now I walk with a purpose. I'm proud I had the strength to overcome. I'm proud of what I've become. Proverbs 22:6. A lot of us is familiar with the scripture. Proverbs 22:6. The journey made me strong. I walk alone. I just saw this today, and I'm gonna share this with you. I can handle any challenge in my life. I walk my own path, there's nobody by my side. It says, train the child up in the way that he should go. And when he is old, He will not depart. Now, if you look at that real close, it tells you to train. This is what we're supposed to do with our children, grandchildren. If you're fortunate, great grand and great great grand. Train means to dedicate a child or inaugurate. Means you put them in a certain position. You inaugurate a child or you dedicate a child in the way that they should go. Okay? If you dedicate a child, you're putting that child in a particular purpose. That's like if you were dedicated to go from Savannah to Atlanta. That's a dedicated route. You're constantly going back and forth. Or if you were dedicated from Texas to California, that means dedicate means that that's something that it's something where you're going to necessarily always have. So what it's saying is that we're supposed to dedicate a child in the way that he should go, meaning his inheritance. That child's supposed to know his or her inheritance or legacy. Because legacy is something totally different from inheritance. That child's supposed to learn dedication within the legacy of themselves. Okay? That child's supposed to be appointed the legacy of itself. So when that child is trained within himself, and now trust is put in that child to be able to go to move within that legacy, he's already or she's already dedicated to the what? Learning, to the understanding that when he or she is let loose to be able to go from where? Savannah to Atlanta, or from Texas to California. That child will know the legacy in which route to move. Okay? That child will know the route in which to move. That child is not, even if that child deviate, that child won't deviate from the beginning, because when you put legacy in that child's hand, that child is going to move according to how it was trained, how he or she was instructed. But then that child, when the legacy get fully planted within that child's hand, that child may try to find a quicker route because it might be a traffic jam. a quicker route to get around to be able to get from Texas to California, or from Savannah to Atlanta, or from Chicago to New York. That child might have to take a detour because the road might be shut down. But what am I saying? That child is not going to stop to do its own thing. And then talk about later on, the child can come back on the path in which it left. That's not what that scripture is saying. Because that child understands the dedication of the legacy of itself. I must get to the point where I'm supposed to be. That's what we are missing. We think that we could just go off and do our own thing and then come back. That's not what Proverbs 22:6 is saying. You dedicate that child in the legacy of itself. When that child is fully let go to produce for that legacy, it may find different routes to go, but it's not going to veer away from what it was already dedicated to accomplish. The reason why we're seeing our children moving off into different areas, we're seeing our kids dying, we're seeing this happen. Well, why my child is like this? Why my child is like that? It's because you never taught, you never dedicated your child in the legacy of itself. So the child is out there wild. The child is out there trying to figure life out. Because legacy, that child don't know anything about. Parents never dedicated their child into the legacy of themselves. That's why they don't understand. That's why they don't understand. That's why they get into the point that they don't realize what is taking place. And then when they have children, they pass down the very thing of themselves, and the child, and the parent can't pass legacy because why? The parents never understood the legacy. They think they do, but they really don't. Okay? Train the child. Dedicate the child in the legacy of itself. And when it get older, it won't veer away from the point that it's supposed to accomplish. That's pretty much what the scripture is saying. Dedicate the child in the legacy of itself. And when they get older, or when the legacy get fully planted in that child's hand, that child will not veer away off from the point that it's supposed to accomplish in life. But when that child veers off from that path of a legacy, that means that child never was dedicated to the purpose of that legacy of the family. That's why a child can easily disrespect parents, disrespect or disregard the things that the parents work for. That's why children run off to go do their own thing. Because they're looking at, there's no legacy for me, or I have to accomplish my own legacy. So let's get into the first video. Leave a legacy. Leave a legacy. Because one way or another, you're going to leave a legacy. But the problem is that legacy that you leave, is it going to be volunteer? Or is it that somebody's going to have to make something up for you? So let's get into it. Fair use under the 1976 Act. This is not my material. I claim no rights to this material. This is for teaching purposes and motivational purposes only. Okay, let's get into it. Let's go.
Legacy. There's power in your name. Power in your name. McDonald's is a last name. Abercrombie and Fitch, last names. Armani is a last name. Baskin Robbins is a last name. Chrysler is a last name. Fisher Price, Gucci, Hennessy, Harley Davidson, Hilton, Honda, Kohl's, Kraft Foods, Lowe's Movie Theater, Marriott is a last name. Maybach is a last name. Nordstrom is a last name. Pillsbury is a last name. Porsche is a last name. Procter & Gamble, 2 last names. Rolls Royce, Charles Rolls, Henry Royce, last names. Turner Broadcast System, Ted Turner, last name. Versace, last name. Wells Fargo, Henry Wells, William Fargo, last name. Walgreens, last name. Wrigley's, last name. Welch's Grape Juice, last name. Here you are, you think you're buying a product. You are not buying a product, you're buying a name.
Now I want y'all to pay attention to what this brother is saying. He called out last names. That's what he did. He called out last names. Train a child in the way that they should go. I'm on live. And when they get older, they will not depart. They're going to create a pattern or a product that will promote that name. So let's get back into it.
Juice, last name. Here you are, you think you're buying a product. You are not buying a product, you're buying a name. You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you're making every family rich, you're making yourself broke.
Now, look at what he just said. When you sitting there buying certain things, you're not buying a product, you're buying a last name. And you going out sporting the legacy of somebody's name that promotes that family. But then you turn around and tell me what your last name, what is attached to your last name? What's attached to your last name? Because everything that you mainly have has a name attached to it, a last name. Let's go back and let's hear it again.
You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you're making every family rich, you're making yourself broke.
The Jordans, the Gucci, the Abercrombie, the red bottoms. Those things belongs to a last name. connected to a last name, and you buy it as if you are sporting something, and the people who know better just looking at you shaking your head, shaking their head yes, because they're going to the bank cash a check. Because you're giving them the check just to make them rich. And you, instead of buying somebody's last name, let's go.
A name. You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you making every family rich, you making yourself broke. So you done went to one family called Wells Fargo and got $200,000 so you can go to another family called Rolls Royce so you can give them money to get yourself a car so you can go back to the hood and see the Joneses and say, look at what I got. Meanwhile, Wells Fargo, their family's sitting up being rich, and Harley Davidsons and Rolls Royce are being rich, and the Joneses are sitting there holding up people's stuff saying, look at what we did and we broke. What if I told you that your blessing is attached to your name?
And that's one thing people don't understand. Your blessing is attached to your name. Your legacy is attached to your name. Let me say that again. Your legacy is attached to your name. But we got people who don't even like their name. They run away from their name. And wonder why you're struggling. Let's say that again.
While Wells Fargo, their family's sitting up being rich, and Harley Davidsons and Rolls Royce are being rich, and the Joneses are sitting there holding up people's stuff saying, look at what we did and we broke. What if I told you that your blessing is attached to your name? That part of the reason why you're not wealthy yet is because you keep trying to make Yolanda wealthy. You keep trying to make Tasha wealthy. What if you made Johnson's wealthy? What if you started thinking about your kids? What if you started thinking about your legacy? What if God started dropping Canaan and opening up windows of heaven? Because now you're not just thinking about you, you're thinking kingdom.
And where's the kingdom at? In you. You're trying to make everybody else rich except you. We don't mind getting up hustling for the dollar. But then ask yourself the question, why is that dollar that I'm hustling for isn't working for me? It's because you disdain your last name. You reject your last name. You don't look at your last name as being something. The brother came to me and said he wanted to create a clothing line. I say, well, use your last name. Use your name. He was solid. Because I don't think he understood his name is his legacy. Why do we try to push somebody else's name except your own name? Let's go.
Started dropping Canaan and opening up windows of heaven, because now you're not just thinking about you, you're thinking kingdom.
Thinking kingdom.
There are some people who are attached to you who saying, Mama, can you do something with this name? There's some people who are saying, Dad, can you do something with this name? Maybe God gave you the name to change and reverse some of the stuff that the name meant one day. I wish there was somebody in this room that said my name might mean one thing right now, but I promise after today, this name's getting ready to change. I promise after today, everybody's going to want my last name. I'm here to let you know you are a curse breaker.
And we don't understand that you are a curse breaker. You are a curse breaker. What it means to be a curse breaker. Because, like the brother said, your last name could have been this way. It could have been all mucked up in the mud. But you never ask yourself the one question: why are you here in that mud with that same last name that is mud or that's stuck in the mud? Why? You think you just came here to do your own thing? To create your own remedy, your own realm? You think that's what you came to do? You were born to be? See, none of us ask that question. Why do I have this last name? Why was I born in this last name? What if the Creator's making you that flower to reverse everything that was a part and attached to that name? But see, a lot of us, we just look at our name and just say, you disdained it, you run from it, you don't want to be a part of it. But that's where your power is. Your power is in your last name. But they tell you that's a slave name. That's not no slave name. That's your power. But we haven't tapped into that yet. Let's go.
I wish there was somebody in this room that said my name might mean one thing right now, but I promise after today, this name's getting ready to change. I promise after today, everybody's going to want my last name. I'm here to let you know you are a curse breaker. You're thinking kingdom. You are not just getting married, you're breaking a curse. You are not just graduating from college, you're breaking a curse. You are not just getting out of high school, you're breaking a curse. You are not just saved, you're breaking a curse. And everybody around you is about to be blessed because of what God's getting ready to do in your life.
Now tell me how many people around you is blessed. How many people around you is blessed? How many people that's around you that is being blessed by you? How many people? How many people that's sitting around you right now, beloved, that is being blessed because of you? See, this is how you know when you're a curse breaker. Because people will look at you and see where you're at. Yeah, they'll recognize your energy. If people is not around you being blessed, then beloved, you are cursed. Because your last name, your name's supposed to be blessing people.
You are not just getting married, you're breaking a curse. You are not just graduating from college, you're breaking a curse. You are not just getting out of high school, you're breaking a curse. You are not just saved, you're breaking a curse. And everybody around you is about to be blessed because of what God's getting ready to do in your life. I don't know what my name meant before I got here, but I know it's going to mean before I leave. You got a legacy.
See, what your name gonna mean when you leave? What is it gonna mean? A lot of us don't pay attention to that.
I don't know what my name meant before I got here, but I know it's going to mean before I leave. You got a legacy. Power in your name.
Power in your name. He didn't say power in somebody else's name. It's power in your name. But we run from our name. Power. Your name is what blesses your house. And your house is blessed by your name.
A legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. Your legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. I don't care about legacy. I'm single. I don't care about legacy. I don't have no kids. I don't care about legacy. My family never cared about me. I don't care about them. My life is my own. Why do I need to even think about legacy? Well, here's the thing I have to say to you. The thing you need to know is this. You are leaving a legacy whether you want to or not.
I want you to pay attention to that. Let's see that one more time.
Name.
Power in your name. Let's go.
A legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. Your legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. I don't care about legacy. I'm single. I don't care about legacy. I don't have no kids. I don't care about legacy. My family never cared about me. I don't care about them. My life is my own. Why do I need to even think about legacy? Well, here's the thing I have to say to you. The thing you need to know is this. You are leaving a legacy whether you want to or not.
That means that's powerful. You're going to leave a legacy, whether you want to or not. You leaving a legacy here. But let's see what he say now. Let's go.
Everybody in this room is going to leave a legacy. The question is, are you going to be intentional about the legacy you're leaving? Are you actually going to be intentional, or are you just going to let anything be passed down, anything be given to others on your behalf? No.
See, are you going to intentionally pass down a legacy, or are you going to let others just pass something down for you? Something that you wasn't looking to be passed down. Let's hear it again, because I want you to get this.
It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. I don't care about legacy. I'm single. I don't care about legacy. I don't have no kids. I don't care about legacy. My family never cared about me. I don't care about them. My life is my own. Why do I need to even think about legacy? Well, here's the thing I have to say to you. The thing you need to know is this. You are leaving a legacy whether you want to or not. Everybody in this room is going to leave a legacy. The question is, are you going to be intentional about the legacy you're leaving? Are you actually going to be intentional, or are you just going to let anything be passed down, anything be given to others on your behalf? Don't let it be so. It's like this weekend, this past Last weekend, I went out to go preach, and when I went to go preach, I went into a city and I rented a car. And I rented a car. When I went to the rental car, they said, go downstairs to the garage. You can grab any car. When I went down there were only two cars. There was one car that looked like it wouldn't make it past Monday, and then there was another car. So I went to this car, but when I got into the car smelled like cigarette smoke. And so I took off with the car because, I'm just like, hey, let me get out of here. And so I'm driving the car for a couple of days. When I bring the car back, drop off the keys, they say, hey, you have any problems with the car? I said, no problem with the car. They said, all right, cool. I leave. And they said, I looked on my email and they billed me $350. How you gonna charge me? I've never smoked a day in my life. They said, sorry, sir, you brought the car back smelling like cigarettes. I said, no, I didn't bring the car back smelling like cigarettes. Y'all brought me a car that smelled like cigarettes. They said, no, all we know is that you brought us a car with cigarettes, so you have to pay the price. Can I tell you something? That is a picture of many of our lives. Some of us lived a life that stunk so bad. And many of you are paying a price for a life that you didn't live, but somebody lived before you, and they handed you down a name or a life that stunk so bad that now you got to pay forever for it. And I'm here to let you know, stop giving people this dirty, nasty, stinky life. Why don't you build a legacy so when somebody gets into the car of your life, they want to say thank you instead of, I can't believe what you did to me.
So in other words, listen to what he said. Listen to what he just said. See, people can bring things to you and damage the legacy of you. They can add things into your legacy that really don't supposed to be there, and it causes you to have to pay for something that you shouldn't even have been involved in. And many of us were put inside of a life. We're given a life that we had nothing really to do with. We just had to deal with the life that was given to us. That's what happened to many of us. We were given a life. We were given a name that had already been trashed. That was already connected to nothing. And we were being treated as such. We were being treated as such. Let's say it again.
Car, and I rented a car. When I went to the rental car, they said, go downstairs to the garage. You can grab any car. When I went down there were only two cars. There was one car that looked like it wouldn't make it past Monday, and then there was another car. So I went to this car, but when I got into the car smelled like cigarette smoke. And so I took off with the car because, I'm just like, hey, let me get out of here. And so I'm driving the car for a couple of days. When I bring the car back, drop off the keys, they say, hey, you have any problems with the car? I said, no problem with the car. They said, all right, cool. I leave. And they said, I looked on my email and they billed me $350. How you gonna charge me? I've never smoked a day in my life. They said, sorry, sir, you brought the car back smelling like cigarettes. I said, no, I didn't bring the car back smelling like cigarettes. Y'all brought me a car that smelled like cigarettes. They said, no, all we know is that you brought us a car with cigarettes, so you have to pay the price. Can I tell you something? That is a picture of many of our lives. Some of us lived a life that stunk so bad. And many of you are paying a price for a life that you didn't live, but somebody lived before you, and they handed you down a name or a life that stunk so bad that now you got to pay forever for it. And I'm here to let you know, stop giving people this dirty, nasty, stinky life. Why don't you build a legacy so when somebody gets into the car of your life, they want to say thank you instead of, I can't believe what you did to me. Everybody here has struggled with an addiction that's not yours. It was an addiction that your family didn't deal with. It was an addiction that your father just overlooked. And so it got passed down to you. And now you're struggling with this addiction. But truthfully, if you track the addiction, your father had it, and your grandfather had it, and your great-grandmother had it, and your whole family had it. And because they didn't deal with it, because they weren't thinking legacy, now you're driving in a car that you got to pay for. And God is saying, the buck stops here, that this is it. I put you in the earth because you're about to stop some stuff.
This is what we have to learn. Our people, our ancestors, who we call our ancestors, they were at a position in life that they never dealt with things that they were dealing with, and they passed it down to you, or they allow it to be passed to you because they never stopped it on their time. They never stopped it. They just dealt with it and allow it to continue to fester. And some of these things got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now all of a sudden, when you're here, you have to now deal with something that you never that you just was born in. But have you ever asked the question, why is it that you can see what they did, that they never dealt with, that they had the opportunity to change, but they never changed it? Why do you see that thing? Why do you feel indifferent about something that you knew with your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents did not do, and the Creator is allowing you to see it? You know why? It's because you're the curse breaker. You are here to save that name. You are here to save that name. You are here to save your ancestors' name. But many of us, we don't see it like that. We just think that, hey, I'm just here to have fun. And you continue in the curse. Let's go.
And your great-grandmother had it, and your whole family had it, and because they didn't deal with it, because they weren't thinking legacy, now you're driving in a car that you gotta pay for, and God is saying the buck stops here, that this is it. I put you in the earth because you're about to stop some stuff.
These CEOs started with nothing.
I know people who went to go buy a house. And when they went to go buy a house, they saw their credit report. And the credit score was so jacked up. And when they saw the report, they realized that mama had gave out their social security number to the whole family. And everybody done rented stuff and didn't pay back. And everybody had electric bills and cell phones that don't even exist no more. Why? Because somebody didn't care about legacy and they handed you a bill and now you can't walk in Canaan. Not because of your issues, but because some issues that were passed down. God forbid you are sitting in this place saying, I don't care about legacy. You need to care about it because somebody's got to live in the life you have.
Now that's powerful. Somebody got to live in the life you have. That's talking about your children. So if you don't care about legacy, then that means you don't care about your seed line. You're just going to allow your seed line to live how they want to live. Let's hear that again.
Buy a house, they saw their credit report. And the credit score was so jacked up. And when they saw the report, they realized that mama had gave out their social security number to the whole family. And everybody done rented stuff and didn't pay back. And everybody had electric bills and cell phones that don't even exist no more. Why? Because somebody didn't care about legacy and they handed you a bill and now you can't walk in Canaan. Not because of your issues, but because some issues that were passed down. God forbid you are sitting in this place saying, I don't care about legacy. You need to care about it because somebody's got to live in the life you have. You are passing something down whether you want to or not. Why are you the only one who knows how to make that apple pie everybody love? Why are you the only one who knows how? So you mean to tell me can't nobody else make that sweet potato pie recipe but you? So you're gonna just die and you're not gonna tell nobody what the secret was? Colonel Sanders left his secret. Now, come on now. Even Colonel Sanders said, y'all make some good chicken, but when I'm gone, y'all gonna keep making it. What I'm saying to you is, why is it that you're the only one? So you own all this real estate and you didn't share that with nobody. You're not gonna tell nobody how to do that. You're the only successful marriage in your family. You're not gonna tell nobody. You're gonna hoard this information so you can be the only one who wins. You have lost. You have lost. You have lost. And I'm telling you that you are going to have to look at your life and recognize that everything you are doing right now is having major and great impact. If you're going to leave a legacy, you're going to have to remember how you started, but focus on how you finished. I don't want you to forget how you started. I don't want you to forget that Father wasn't there. I don't want you to forget some of the conditions that you were raised in. I don't want you to forget some of the rejection, some of the pain. No, I want you to remember how you started, but do not for 1 second let it dictate how you're going to finish. There's somebody in this room saying, Pastor, I don't understand. I hear you, but this sermon got me all messed up. I was feeling good, and then you done preached this sermon, and now I'm thinking about the 60 years of my life I've wasted. I'm thinking about the 60 years of hurt I caused. I'm thinking about the 60 years of stuff I did. I got some college student who's sitting here saying, Pastor, I wish I heard this word in my junior year in high school. I wish I heard this word in my sophomore year in high school, because I did some stuff as a sophomore that I'm still paying for now. I did some stuff as a senior that I'm still paying for now. Can I tell you something? Your yesterday may have been jacked up, but God knows how to take the old and make it new. I came to preach to somebody today and let you know your first 60 years was jacked up, but your next 60 days, God says, I will turn it into such impact. I will give it such greatness that you won't even remember some of the stuff that you jacked up.
Now, some people think that that's supernatural stuff. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because here's the catch. We're gonna go into scriptures in a minute. This is not church. Even though he's a pastor, he's not preaching church, he's preaching scripture. The Creator can take your past that was messed up and transform that thing into something that's positive. Let's go.
Legacy is built now, but experienced later. If you are going to leave a legacy,
notice what he said. Legacy is built now, but experience later. Let's hear that again, because he said that kind of soft. You got to hear what he's saying.
I wish I heard this word in my junior year in high school. I wish I heard this word in my sophomore year in high school, because I did some stuff as a sophomore that I'm still paying for now. I did some stuff as a senior that I'm still paying for now. Can I tell you something? Your yesterday may have been jacked up, but God knows how to take the old and make it new. I came to preach to somebody today and let you know your first 60 years was jacked up, but your next 60 days, God says, I will turn it into such impact. I will give it such greatness that you won't even remember some of the stuff that you jacked up.
Here it comes.
Legacy is built now, but experienced later. If you are
legacy is built now, but experience later. See, because before the Creator can bring experience, he have to teach you why that experience is coming, because you have to learn and understand legacy. Legacy is your name. When you understand the value of your name, then you can go through the experience on how to keep it, or how to expand it, or how to make it grow, and how to allow power to be pulled from it. But you can't never learn, you can't never experience that if you don't understand the foundation. Let's say that one more time and we're going to move forward.
Somebody today and let you know your first 60 years was jacked up, but your next 60 days, God says, I will turn it into such impact. I will give it such greatness that you won't even remember some of the stuff that you jacked up. Legacy is built now, but experienced later. If you are going to leave a legacy, you got to start building now. I'm talking to college students. Okay, don't wait. Oh, when I graduate in 4 years, I'm just gonna live it up. And then when I graduate, I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna get serious about my life. Can I tell you something? I know 40-year-olds who are living under the consequence of things they did from 18 to 22. And
I want you to pay attention to that. You're supposed to start young. That's why I start off with that scripture. Train a child in the way that they should go. You dedicate that child in the life of that dedication of legacy. And when the legacy is fully being put in his hand, he'll find another route to get to that main point where he's supposed to be. Excuse me. But he's not going to veer too far away from the route that he was told to be on. The only way he'll veer is because it might be a traffic jam. The road might be closed. But he's not going to veer to go do his own thing and then come back to the path. That's not what that scripture is saying. Because the moment you put that dedication in that child's hand, that child is focused on the finishing point. He's not going to get sidetracked and go do his own thing and then later on come back and try to now work out legacy. That's not how that works. Now, if you didn't understand legacy from the beginning and it wasn't taught, the reason why he said the Creator will change it from 60 years to 60 days is because he winked at ignorance. And the Creator understood that no one taught you the legacy. But if you were taught legacy, you can't wait till you get out of school, or you do this and do that and then want to come back. Nah, that's not how it works. Let's ride it again. Let's get it.
And let you know your first 60 years was jacked up, but your next 60 days, God says, I will turn it into such impact. I will give it such greatness that you won't even remember some of the stuff that you jacked up. Legacy is built now, but experienced later. If you are going to leave a legacy, you got to start building now. I'm talking to college students. Okay, don't wait. Oh, when I graduate in 4 years, I'm just gonna live it up. And then when I graduate, I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna get serious about my life. Can I tell you something? I know 40-year-olds who are living under the consequence of things they did from 18 to 22, and they thought that when they left school that they left the issue, not realizing that the issue followed them all the way into their adulthood. I'm telling you that right now you are a builder. Right now you have to start building your life. Now you got to start building credit. Now you got to start building your finances. Now you got to think like a farmer. A farmer thinks sowing. I'm sowing seeds, realizing that I'm not going to reap this until later. Your last name is bigger than your first name. I don't care how you got your name, but you need to be living for your last name. Your first name is about you, but your last name is about us.
So we're going to stop it right here. Leaving a legacy. Shalom, shalom, Sister Latanya G. Well, she said, I'm having the fight of a lifetime fighting for the preserving of my hometown, which is a small southern town, rich in so-called Black history. I pray to be the one to wake up my people. We've been here. All praises. All praise to the Creator. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be building back what was torn down. The moment we get the history of it We're supposed to be building back what was torn down. Okay? Because if we never learn how to build within the legacy of ourselves, then we're done. We're done. We're done. We are done. And this is the problem. We are done. I'm doing something else. Give me a second. This is the problem. We supposed to be trying to build back and see the sister wanna, if you need some help, sis, reach out to me. We have to be the ones that are woke. Okay? Because if we don't hold up our last name, then the question now becomes, who's going to hold up that last name for you? Who? Who's going to hold it up for you? Who's going to hold that last name up for you? You go by everybody else's last name, but who's buying your last name? Who? But we'll wear everybody else's last name on our foot, our butt, our legs, our chest, our back. We'll wear everybody's last name. And we think it's cool. And we think it's cool. But who's putting your last name on them? Who's buying your last name and making it popular? Who? This is what legacy is about. Proverbs 20:21. And this would a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. A good name, that's your last name, is rather to be chosen than great riches. See, a lot of us, we running after the money. We want to be rich. We want to have enough money to travel. We want to have the money to buy the expensive things to make it look like I arrived. But most of you don't even care nothing about your last name. That's your family. That's your legacy. If we just take a look back, going backwards in that name, and we'll see where that the name was messed up. But the question now becomes, who is the one that's going to take charge to clean the name up? Who's going to do that? Who's going to clean the name up? Are we going to just sit there and watch the name waste away? But my question now becomes, why were you born in that lineage of a name? If it's not you the one who's supposed to clean the name up. So we just learned the word. Hair getting in my face. We just learn the word and just hope for the best, that somehow I learn the scriptures and become the Hebrew Israelite, and I don't have to worry about nothing else because the Creator knows my heart. I just got to just learn Torah, walk the way He want me to walk, and somehow He gonna bless me, and I'm gonna make it to the kingdom. But I never did nothing to try to clean up that name that He allowed me to be born in, that He allowed me to be raised in. Now, see, that ain't got nothing to do with me. See, that's them. That's that. No. Why were you born in that lineage of a name if it don't have nothing to do with you? I know a lot of people who's running from their family because they don't want to be tied to the family. And they'll go all out and change their name. But how do you change your blood? How do you do that? How do you change your bloodline? So you just happily to just end up in your father's scrotum that was put inside of your mother's ovaries, and poof, you popped out just to be you. Is that what we saying? Is that where we going? So now I can just go and do my own thing. A good name is rather to be chosen, meaning you supposed to run after your name. Your name's supposed to be way greater than money. Because the money fake anyhow. The money does not identify your bloodline, but your name does. See? And it says in loving favor rather than silver and gold. Do you know what it means to have loving favor? When you learn to foundate your name, to uphold your name, to allow your name to be power, just like any other name there. Brother call out different names, Wells Fargo, Porsche, and all these other names. Turner Network. How is that those names are more powerful than your name? You know why? It's because they take value in who they are. They take value in their lineage of a blood. Many of us, we run from it. We run from our lineage. We run from our bloodline. We run from it. Proverbs 10 and 7. See, we run from our bloodline. We try everything we can to change the name of ourselves. And don't understand the reason why you were born in that name. Mom and daddy never was right. They may not have been right. Grandma and granddaddy could have been a hoe and a homemonger. Who knows? But when would that ever stop? So that means you coming here doing the same thing? Who's going to be the curse breaker? To stop your last name from being mud? Who's going to be the curse breaker? Who? Proverbs 10:7 says what? The memory of the just is blessed. The memory of the just. What is the memory that people have about you? What is the memory? Shalom, brother Shava. Shalom, shalom. Good to see you. Happy Shabbat, happy Shabbat. What is the memory that people have about you? Because see, that's when you die. Are you going to leave a legacy intentionally? Meaning this is what I'm actually doing. Or somebody got to put something in your place. To say this is what they were doing. This is legacy. The memory of the just is blessed. The just means that they are upholding, and they are understanding of the name. Oh, that's them Smith boys over there. See, people know you. Oh, that's them Browns, or that's them Jones. People know you. But why do they know you? Is it because of righteous acts? Or is it because of wickedness? Which one? The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked still shall not. The name of the wicked shall not. People will be happy when something happened to you. People will celebrate if people will celebrate if you die. They ain't gonna say nothing good about you. When we was burying my cousin, and when I got up to say my piece, and I say I know I get on a lot of people's nerves. And darn near the whole church like, my Lord. I was like, wow, really? So I get on everybody's nerves. But you know what, though? Let something happen to me. And watch the memory of me. Let's see if the getting on the nerves of me was wicked or was it righteous? That's why I said everything is in love. The name of the wicked is not going to prosper. And that's why you are here. Your job is to now clean up the last name. That's how you clean up your bloodline. You break the curses that was passed to you. If Papa was a rolling stone, wherever he laid his hat was his home, then son has to be stationary. Son don't need all the babies like Papa did. Like Papa got. Son need to be stationary and married. If grandma got children from different men, then daughter or granddaughter needs to have that one man with babies from that one man. It's time to clean the name up. If mama couldn't hold down a man, then it's time for daughter to hold a man down. Either you're willing to break the curse or you're gonna continue to fall in the curse. Which one? Because you're gonna leave a legacy. And everything behind you is going to pick that legacy up from you. It's about the name. That's why back then they always used to tell you, don't mess the name up. Because the name meant something. Ecclesiastes 7:1. Ecclesiastes 7:1. Somebody gonna have to break the curse. And a lot of times a lot of people don't want you to break the curse. A lot of people want you to stay in that curse because that makes them feel comfortable. But the moment you begin to now reverse with the things that was put in, that you were put in or put in you, people have a problem with that. Your energy don't vibe with them because they continue to want to be in the curse. You are changing from that. Ecclesiastes 7:1, what it says, a good name is better than precious ointment. You know, ointment you can sell to make money. But it says a good name should be chosen in great riches. But now it's telling you a good name is better than what? Precious ointment. Nothing should come greater than your name. Your name should trump anything in life. Your name should be your character. Your name should be your emotions. Your name should be your actions. Your name's supposed to be your vision. Your name's supposed to be your purpose. But you know what? We just look at our name as just being our name. Oh, I'm just a butler. Oh, I'm just Christopher. I'm just a Williams. I'm a Jenkins. I'm a Smith. I'm a Brown. I'm a Butler. I'm a Adams. That's just a name. But the Bible is telling you that your name should be greater than riches and fine ointment. Why do we have riches and ointment greater than our name when the Bible is telling us your name should be greater than that? Nothing should be valuable over your name. Nothing. And the day of death than of one's birth. Proverbs 22, verse 28 and 29. Your name should be greater than anything on this earth. And your children and your grandchildren, and if you got great grands, they supposed to take pride in that name. They don't supposed to take pride in nothing else, because from that name is how they're going to draw their power and where they're going to actually draw their riches and their wealth. But today you can't even do that, because we are so drawn into life that we allow others to be what? Blessed greater than ourselves. They got you whereas that you don't even want to what? Register your name. Now I ain't talking about register on paper. I'm talking about register in before them. Your name. This is what they got. They know you don't really love you. That's why you veer away from your family. That's why you run away from your name. Many of our families ain't talking to each other. Proverbs 22 and 28. It says, remove not the ancient landmark. Remove not the ancient landmark, which thy fathers have set. See, your fathers set a boundary. What was that boundary? Your name. It was your name. That's why it's important for the female to take the male's name. Because that female upholds the landmark of that male's father. So you don't supposed to remove that name or allow anything to allow that name to be removed. This is when you have been trained. When you have been trained, you know how great that name is. That's why they made you forget about your family, your ancestors. You can see a grave today, and it could be an old grave, and you'll walk right over it as if it's nothing. We don't even check for our family's name on records because we don't value that. Remove not the old, remove not the ancient landmark, the ancient landmark, the ancient landmark. That's the name, family. That's your family's name. Do not remove it. And I'm going to come back with the scripture in the morning in the Creator's will. But right now we're talking about the name. Do not remove the name. That's why we're supposed to have family reunions, so as that the name can be told. The name can be explained. So as that you can see the marriages that took place with the name. We're supposed to come in unison with that name. That's why it's important for your house to be in order. Because your house is supposed to come under that name. Which thy fathers have set. The fathers. The fathers set the boundaries. Because if you watch the animal kingdom, the lion goes out to the perimeter of the boundaries. He'll be what we call peeing, but he ain't peeing. That is a territorial mark. He's marking his smell all around the territory to let other invaders know a father is here. But you don't supposed to remove your name. Your name is the powerfulest thing, especially your last name. Your first name is you. But like that brother say, the last name, it is us. What it means by us, that's the family. That's the household. That's what you pay attention to, that last name. But we ain't doing that. We'd rather remove the ancient landmark. Verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? You're supposed to be diligent in your business. Steadfast. Founded. Focused. In your business. See? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean. His name is going to speak for itself. Because he understands the pattern, the power, the attributes of his last name. It's not just, a name just ain't just something that you were given. A name is something that were given to you. And it's supposed to reflect the family. But a lot of us, we just look at the last name. Oh, yeah. We just look at the last name as if it's nothing. But it reflects you. The last name is you. It's us. Psalm 78:4. Let's go. Let's ride there. Let's ride. Psalm 78:4. The last name is you, family. If you don't never understand you don't understand your name. Psalm 78:4. We will not hide them from what? Their children. Let me start at verse 1. Give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known. And our fathers have what? Told us. Our fathers have told us. See, the father's supposed to make sure that this thing get passed down. The father's supposed to make sure that this thing is taught. The father's supposed to make sure that this thing is understood. And the father's supposed to make sure that this thing carries on the correct way. Verse 4, we will not hide them from what? Their children. Nah, the father's supposed to pass this thing down to the grands. Showing to the generations to come the what? Praise of the Creator. That's the power. That is the purpose. That is the objective. The praises of the Creator is in the power of your name. That's why he says, if my people who are what? Called by my name. The name is power. But you would rather wear Jordans. You'd rather sport that as if Jordan's giving you that flavor. But you don't care nothing about your name. You don't care nothing about your name. You'd rather sport Gucci as if that gives you flavor. And you don't care nothing about your name. You'd rather sport everybody on you. You're a walking billboard for everybody else's last name except yours. And then what we do, we go buy when you have a little baby, you go buy the Nikes and the Adidas and all these other things for the baby. Because you say, oh, my baby looks fly. Do he? Do she? Your baby just sporting somebody else's last name. You're teaching your baby at a young age to uphold somebody else's last name except the baby's last name of itself. And we wonder why our children don't understand the legacy of ourselves. This is the reason why. We teach our children at an early age to run after somebody else's last name. Fisher and Crumb, whatever that crap is. Combry and Fisher, whatever. That's what we do. We teach everybody else. We teach our children how to run after everybody else's name. make everybody else's name popular, powerful. But then when they get up, guess what? Our children don't know nothing. Our children don't have nothing. Our children can't do nothing because you know why? They don't know nothing about themselves. They don't know where the power is the last name. It's the name. So let's keep riding. Let's keep riding. It says, from generations praising the Creator and His strength and His what? Wonderful works that He has done. What was His works? Giving you that name. He gave you a name, family. He allowed you to be born through a name, through a bloodline that has a name. When you died in that name. They buried you and put on your name, put on your headstone that name. But what's in between that name? It's a dash. That's the life that you live here. And in that dash, can we review back in your life to see that you were repairing the name that was already messed up? Or you continue to allow the name to be damaged because why? You want it to be that hoe. You want it to be that whoremonger. You want it to be the one that chased the money. You want it to be the one that was rich. So everybody can look at you, look up to you. Give you that. You wanted to be the one that get all the women, mess their lives up so you could just have pleasure. So now you got wet-out babies. And the babies grow up without you, not knowing you, not even understanding you, not even understanding themselves. So now not just you confused, you just produce a confused lineage that don't know nothing about themselves. And now what they do, they run after the what? They run after somebody else's last name. Not knowing that most of everything that you have around you is producing and promoting somebody else's last name. And we make it powerful by buying it. And we're supposed to teach our children and our grandchildren these things so that they can be a curse breaker. They could be a curse breaker. I had a conversation with 3 young ladies. I think early part of this week. I'm thinking, yeah, it's early part of this week, sometime the weekend and then this week, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the weekend and all the way up to Monday. And one young lady, she had white hair in her head, a white wig, a weave. And I asked her, why would you have white in your hair if you are a beautiful sister? She said, this white hair make me beautiful too. I say, I'm a man and I'm telling you it's ugly. Oh, I don't care about what you say. You know why she don't care? It's because she don't understand legacy. See, too many niggas in her face, or too many women is in her face, telling her, "Oh, baby, you look good," just to be able to get into the panties to smash. Knowing she look ugly. A black woman, a so-called melanated woman with white hair. White, we talking about white hair. That was ugly. Then there was another sister. Another beautiful sister. Had her natural hair. And I say, sis, please don't cut your hair. She said, well, I just cut it. I just cut it a few minutes ago. I say, don't cut it no more. I say, your hair is beautiful. It's naturally beautiful. She said, oh no, I'm going to braid it so I can put red hair in my head, on my hair. I say, so you're going to braid your hair. And then you're going to put a red weave wig on your head and glue it on your scalp. She said, yeah. And I said, well, what your mama said about it? Oh, my mama braided her natural hair and painted green. I said, well, that's strike one. We ain't worried about her because she's gone. What about your grandmother? She living? Yes, she living. So what about her? What did she say? Oh, she told me she didn't like it because she was ghetto. She said, that's ghetto looking. And I say, so what you think about what your grandma say? Oh, I don't care because my grandfather liked it. Guess what happens? The Torah say, don't you think that something that we supposed to take the legacy of our father, yet in our community, the fathers are detached from us? Yes. Yes, the fathers are detached from us, and we supposed to get things from the father. But if the father is detached from you, you ain't gonna never know your legacy. Because your legacy comes through him and from him. And that's why a lot of our children are confused. They're confused. So they attach themselves to things that is not of them. They run after things that does not benefit them. That's why when I read the scriptures, it says what? A good name. We supposed to have a good name better than great riches. And we supposed to have a good name is better than what? Precious ointment. So that's yes. So we supposed to have the father to be able to promote that legacy to us. Do you think the father the father's leaving is Deuteronomy 28:54? In the siege they had to eat their own. No. A lot of these men, they leave because a lot of these men, okay, let's put it like this. When a lot of our men had left, a lot of the men in the community left is because some of them went looking for work, and some of them, and then you had the other ones that could not live in the homes of the women, or the women would lose the home and the benefits. So they would sneak the man in, and then the children would see their mother sneaking their father in. But then when the man come around, the man got to sneak out the house. So no. Eating their own kids. But long after the remnant that was left their kids just like today. Or am I tripping? No, that they did do that. No, that you're correct. They did leave their children. Just like we're doing today. We're allowing things to happen to our children as men. Because because the men don't understand the legacy of themselves because it wasn't properly taught to the man. So if the man never understood the legacy of himself, because he's supposed to understand the beginning of himself. But if the man does not understand the legacy of himself, then how can he teach the child? He can't. He cannot teach the child. He cannot teach that child anything. He cannot teach that child nothing because he don't know the legacy of himself. He can't go backwards and teach that child like Deuteronomy 32 and 7 says. Ask thy father and they will tell thee or show thee. Ask thy elders and they'll tell thee. The man can't show the child nothing but what? What could a man show the child? Could he tell the child why he got the last name that he got? Can he tell the child why he have children from another woman? Oh, well, we can have multiple wives. The Bible don't teach that. And if the Bible do teach it, it teaches it for a purpose. And there's a reason why they had those women the way they had them. It wasn't that they just had them for pleasure. Can the man teach the man? Because I remember when I was growing up, they were telling us sow your royal oaks as much as you can. I don't know if some of y'all understood that or heard that. Sow your royal oaks. Go get as much women, but not knowing that we were messing up the girls. We was messing the girlfriends up. We was messing the women up. And then some of the women got pregnant. And none of them was ready to be a father or a mother. Because you were sowing your royal oaks, but not knowing that when that child comes, you got to have something to put in that child's hand. And many of us didn't follow. Many of us didn't see our fathers no more. Because the father wasn't ready to settle to be a father. So now the mother's stuck with it. And now she's frustrated with you because she don't have the legacy for you. The one who ran off had the legacy. The one who didn't show up no more had the legacy. That's what happened, family. And that's still happening today. Let's grab another scripture. Let's go to Psalm 78 and 4. I already grabbed that one. That's Psalms 145 and 4, excuse me. Psalms 145 and 4. The man can't teach the child anything because the man was never taught about himself. But then when the young man gets up in age, now the older man is ready to teach the older man. He's ready to teach that young man. And now there's a rebellion. And why is there a rebellion? Because that man had to learn to teach himself. Because you wasn't there. We tell our daughters, you shouldn't be with that man, but the daughters never saw the example come from you to know what to go get as a husband. See? It's important. The legacy is important in the household. That's why we have to uphold the last name. We have to uphold that name. Yes, the women never learned from their fathers of how to be or prepare themselves for a man. Women forgot how to be wives because they never learned from their parents. That is true. That is 100% truth. The woman never was taught by her mother how to be a wife. Because as she having babies, the daughters are steady growing. Seeing the mother with different men. Do a child don't have a brain? Do a child not have eyes? They may not can't express it like you and I, but they can see. And now that thing what they see the parents doing is now affecting that child. But we don't understand this. And that's why I say a lot of things that took place with women, it came from a man. A lot of men damaged the women. A lot of men damaged the women. And the men don't want to take responsibility for damaging these sisters. A lot of us men go get in trouble for damaging the sisters. And now a lot of these women can't pair bond with the man that they're supposed to be with because they done pair bond with you. See, a lot of us, we think that when we sleep with women, that makes us a man. It doesn't make you a man by you putting the woman panties on your head and talking about how many, the black book like they used to have back in the days. Oh, I got a whole bunch of the women. That don't make you a man. See, you've been playing around all this time, but you never learned the last name of yourself. So now you have to settle to put somebody else's last name and make that last name powerful. And then when you look at your family, you don't have no respect for your family because you never had respect for you. And this is the problem. We fall away, we run away, and we become dislike of our last names. Not knowing that's your anchor to your power. Not knowing that is the reason why you're here. That if I look backwards in my last name and see the ills and the gunk and the mud that last name had and is and were, I was put here through that name to come in that name to clean this mess up, not to continue it. Because the legacy is going to flow through the name. So if I'm continuing making babies, not knowing why I'm making babies, then tell me the legacy you could pass to them. What kind of legacy could you pass to them? What kind of legacy could I pass to a child that I wasn't ready to have? How can a woman uphold the legacy that she married, she turned herself into, if she wasn't ready to be a wife? If she never understood what a wife is? And we wonder why things end up in the divorce. Because in that name is the vision and the purpose. But we don't understand. We don't understand that. Psalms 145:4. One generation shall praise the work to another. And that's a mouthful. One generation shall praise the work to another. What is the generation behind us saying to the generation in front of them? What kind of praise they saying about you? What good could they say to you? Because they're looking at life. Could they say anything? What do they have to praise you about? When they see the conditions that they were born in, when they see that you never was around, what could they praise you about? What? Mothers, what could your daughters say about you? Fathers, what could your sons say about you? Did you teach them the last name? Did you give them the history? Or was you still trying to live your best life? Which one? You still, mothers, trying to compete with your daughters for a man? Which one? Men, you still trying to look young to attract young women? Which one? To see if you still got it. Which one, man? Let's read that verse again. One generation, Psalms 145:4. One generation shall praise thy works to another. What works could they say about you? And shall declare thy mighty acts. See, your children got to praise you, parents. And children, when you become parents and you have children, they got to praise you as well. They talk about your works. They promote your works. They declare your works to others. This is what they do, family. This is what they do. I'll put the link up in the chat. Anybody wants to come up, can come up. Make sure if you do come up, you stay on topic. Don't feel shy to come up and talk. Come on up and talk. Come on up and chat it up with me. But this is what happens. We have to recognize the last name. Psalms 112, verse 1 through 3. This is what happens. We have to recognize you are the one that's going to break the curse. Are you supposed to be the one that break the curse? And the question is, are you in position to do so? You are the one that's supposed to save that last name. You. Not me, you. Psalms 112, verse 1 through 3. Praise ye the Creator. Blessed is the man that feareth the Creator. that delight greatly in his Brother Trey say, what if you know nothing of your own last name, even with research? Then that's when you get with people that can help you do the research. Yeah, I just unmuted. I appreciate it, sis. Y'all hear me now still? Y'all hear me? Because I just unmuted it. Do y'all hear me now? Testing, testing. Hold on. Testing, testing. Okay. All praises, all praises. Yeah, if you don't know anything of that's when you get with people that can help go around those walls to be able to teach you about your last name. That's when you get with your elders. And some of the elders is not going to want to tell you anything because they're going to look at it as if you when you know this thing, it's going to make them see you're going to become their mirror at what they're supposed to be doing and teaching and showing you. But now, all of a sudden, now you are getting that because now what's happening is they know you about to be that curse breaker. They know that's coming. They know it's coming. So you have to start first with your elders, and then you have to start doing the research on your name of your family. That means you have to get the lineage of your family. Because your purpose is lying right up in it. It's right up in the purpose. Your purpose is lying right up in your name. A lot of us see what we try to do is go outside and go beyond the name. Your name, your purpose is right there. A lot of us we tries to go around and do all kind of things, but no, your purpose is sitting right there. And it's to resurrect your house. It's to resurrect your house. Aha. They're scared of those bones in their closet and they want to act like they don't know anything. That's true. That's true. That's true, right there, sis. A lot of people don't want to discover. They don't want, because see, when they open that closet, them bones fall right out. And a lot of them folks are still ashamed of the things that they have done. And that lets you know that they really don't believe the Creator. Because all of us have a life, all of us had a life, and all of us still living a life. And guess what? We done mighty things in our lives. Things that we're ashamed of and things that we're not. Things we meant to do and things we didn't mean to do. But you have to take ownership of that. Even some things we were born into that became a habit of us, habit within me. I have to still take ownership of that. Because if I don't take ownership, I can never correct it. And see, a lot of people is not ready to correct their lives. They're not ready to change their lives. They're not ready to move forward into what is called righteousness, the right way of living, the right act towards others. They're not ready for that. Because now they have to look deep within themselves and they're going to see those skeletons that they always been hiding. And that's why you remember what the scripture says, he that hides his sin, he that hides his sin. But the one who confess will be delivered. But he who hides his sin will be damned. And you got a lot of them older people, they hiding them sins. They don't want nobody, they don't want their children and grandchildren to know what they was doing. In other words, some of them women don't want their children to know that they've been freaks. Some of them men don't want their children to know they've been homemongers. They've been on the down low because they're in the church now with the little skid hat on and the nice suit, but they've been homongers. Some of them were transformers. Huh? They don't want people to know this. They'll tell you, oh, that's the past. No, that ain't no past. That's part of your legacy. That's something you were hiding. It's time for the one who came in to break that curse. But see, a lot of them don't want to realize they're the ones who's cursing the life. They don't want to believe that though. Verse 2. His seed shall be mighty upon the earth. The one who keeps the commandment, the one who follows the commandments. What is one of the commandments? Ask thy fathers. And then ask thy elders. Do not remove the old landmark. Huh? Your name should be mighty. Even if you can't find information about your name, you got your name still. And then you can now reestablish your name starting from you. You can start your name again. See, that's what makes your name mighty in the earth. When I make my name greater than riches, when I make my name greater than precious ointment, when I don't remove the landmark, even if I don't know. Let's do a scripture real quick. We do it like this. Let's go to Apocrypha. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. I got you, Brother Trey. I see the question. Give me 1 second. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 19:24. That's in the Apocrypha. You can Google it. You can Google it. What you say, Brother Trey? You say, just like the video from before, using your name as a label will create a legacy for your children and families after them. That's true. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to create your legacy for your children through your name. That's why, if you never paid attention, that's why they always want you to put your name on paper. Because that's your legacy. That's your power. Your power is your name. Huh? Your power is your name. It's your name. That's why the Creator gave Israel his name, Yisrael. If my people who are called by what? My name. That's your legacy. Your legacy is tied up in the Creator. Ecclesiastes 19:24. And this is what it says here. He that has small understanding and fear the Creator is better than one that has much wisdom and transgress the law. So if a man has small understanding about himself, but he tries his best to follow what Scripture says, he's greater than one who knows his name and don't regard it. I'm going to say that again. If a man who has very little information about his name, and he tries his best to find out the information but can't, but has passion in the intentions of wanting to, is greater than one who has all the understanding and the knowledge of his name and run from it. The Creator said he's greater in his eyes than the one who know and refuse to do. The refuse to acknowledge. See, that's what this is about. I have to recognize my legacy. And if I can't recognize my legacy, and I don't have no way of going back to understand my legacy, then you start your legacy from that point. And it's to learn and the experience come later. But I have to know that legacy first. See, I have to know that legacy first. See, those are the seeds that's mightier in the earth. The generations of the upright shall be blessed. See, the generations of the upright, they understand their purpose. Those are the ones that's going to be blessed. Not simply because you call yourself righteous. It's those that's moving in righteousness. Those are the ones that's going to be blessed. In verse 3, it says, the wealth and the riches shall be in the house. Wealth and the riches shall be in the house. Why? It's because they understand the power of their name. Everybody's going to know my name. See, like that song with that girl group name. Say my name, say my name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What their name is. Beyonce and them, what their name was. Oh hell. You know, I don't listen to them, but what the name of that group was. Beyonce and them. Destiny's Child. I had to dig for that one. Whatever. yeah, I got it, sis. Destiny Child. Say my name, say my name. You know what they were saying? When you having sex, say my name. Because you know why? During a certain event, they want you to say their name because that casts power to them. It's in the name, family. While man is doing his thing to them, they telling the man to say their name so they can receive power. They can provoke that energy from that man. Y'all got to get this thing. It's about the name. But they want you to provoke the name of somebody else other than yourself. Nothing's supposed to be powerful than the name that you were born through and in. But they tell you it's going to be another name that's going to save you. There's going to be another name that's going to save you. It's going to be another name that's going to save you. Let's grab one more. Let's go to Proverbs 13 and 22. Proverbs 13 and 22. It's all about your name. It's all about your name, family. Proverbs 13:22 says what? A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. See, a good man, meaning he's not just a father, but he's a grandfather. And he's thinking about his children's children. Making sure that how he started, he's not going to end. He don't want it to end right there. He don't want his grandchildren to start off the way he started off. He had to start off. So he's going to leave an inheritance to his children's children. See? And the wealth of the what? Sinners is laid up for the just. See, they supposed to be giving you money for your name. But instead they flipped it on top. They flipped you on the top of your head and making you give them money for their name. They're supposed to be paying you. But instead, you paying them. You know why? Because they understand the power of the name. Is this part one right here? You understand the power. They understand the power of the name. That's why they understand how to get it. They make you buy they make you promote their families. But in the process, they'll never promote yours. How many times you seen a Chinese man go in a soul food restaurant called Sister's Corner? How many Chinese people you seen eat your food? And you see a couple of Caucasians there, but how many Arabs you see eating your food? Or Hindustan people? How many of them you see eating your food? How many? But you all up in the Chinese restaurant. You spending all your money there. You standing around all up on the gas station corner where the Hindustan people at. Where the Arabs own. You standing right up there, you helping them take their trash out, sweep the thing down just to be able to get a couple of dollars. So you can go and buy liquor, so you can go buy some liquor and drink. But they don't support your stuff, but you all hanging out the door looking like a concert, trying to buy their food, trying to buy their clothes, trying to buy their product. And even inside these stores, where you can buy school clothes from, they hiring all the sisters. You don't see them hiring the brothers. You don't see them hiring the brothers, but they're hiring the sisters. This is what I'm talking about. Legacy's gone. And we running after everybody else. And the sister that I was telling you about her hair, she said she gonna put red hair in her hair. I said, I'm gonna call you Red Alert. You Red Alert. Putting red hair in your hair. What good is that? Then the third sister that I had bumped into, she had a little spider eyelashes on her eyes. But we was talking about the scriptures. And she said she loved it, the conversation. And I told her, I say, sis, those broom straw eyelashes, I say, you are pretty without them. And I say, you don't need them. She say, I'm going to take that in consideration. She didn't say it didn't matter to me like the other one. I don't care. I look pretty anyhow without your compliment. She said, I'm going to take it in consideration. See? You got to peep the game. A lot of us are not being taught about our names. How where the power is in the family is in the name. Psalms 145. Where we had Psalms 13:22. And it says, a good man leaveth an inheritance for his children's children. He ain't just thinking about himself. Nah. And the wealth of the sinner is what? Is laid up for the what? Just. The just. The sinner's supposed to be paying the just. But instead, the just is promoting the sinners. We got to think about these things. We have to think about it, family. We have to think about it. We have to think. Because if we don't think, we ain't gonna never understand. We're not gonna never understand. So I'm gonna leave it right here for the night, family. 11 o'clock tomorrow, I'm gonna bring it back up. And we're gonna get into part 2. We're gonna get into part 2. If you got any questions, you come on the panel. Come on the panel. I got it open. I'm gonna open it up for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Make you strong.
Come on the panel, family. Don't be scared to come on.
Make you stronger. It will make
But we have to understand this thing. It's your name. It's your name. Because if you don't understand, is the thing that where your power comes from. That's why we can't learn. We haven't yet learned to walk by ourselves.
Sometimes I look back and think, look how far I've flown.
See?
Those who fly alone have the strongest wings. I've got a few.
So family, I'm gonna say tonight, I'm gonna let this track play. This is Fearless Motivation. Check this brother out. Go subscribe to this brother's channel. Let's go. Now let's say shalom. Peace.
I walk alone. I walk alone. I'm at peace when I'm on my own. It can be hard, it can be tough. Chasing greatness can be a lonely road. Sometimes I look back and think, look how far I've grown. Sometimes I look back and think, look how far I've flown. Those who fly alone have the strongest wings. I've got a few scars, and if I had to do it again, I wouldn't change a thing. All the tough times, All the cold nights, I learned to fight alone. It made me strong alone. You aren't weak if you cry. After the tears dry, they evaporate and you begin to rise. I don't need the attention or the recognition, and I still thrive. I made a choice to live my life on my terms. I can't keep the real me locked inside. So I walk alone. I'm okay on my own. The journey made me strong. I walk alone. I walk alone. Oh, I can handle any challenge in my life. I walk my own path, there's nobody by my side. I keep on moving, I won't let pain stop my stride. I walk alone. Oh, I walk alone. I pull myself up when I'm feeling low. I've survived deep darkness and heavy hardships. I have character most will never know. The inner strength I built will never be broken. I'm unbreakable. Even if the sky falls, I'm unshakable. There's no limit to what I'm capable of. Living the life that I love. I have no one, so in myself I trust. No one believed in me, but I believed in myself. No one helped me, so I helped myself. Nobody gave me support, so I supported myself. I kept going, kept growing, no slowing down or giving up. Now I'll be honest, I used to feel useless and worthless, but now I walk with a purpose. I'm proud I had the strength to overcome. I'm proud of what I've become. I walk alone. I'm okay on my own. The journey made me strong. I walk alone. I walk alone. Oh, I can handle in my life. I walk my own path, there's nobody by my side. I keep on moving, I won't let pain stop my stride. I walk alone. Oh, I walk alone.
So family, I'm gonna say tonight, thank you for joining me. This is Maury Yaakov, ITFTR Network. This is Fearless Motivation song, I Walk Alone. So, in the Creator's will, we will see you on tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Put in part B. So, family, I like to say peace. Shalom.